Eh,
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening.
Good evening, teacher and classmate.
Good evening.
Good
Good
evening,
evening.
teacher and
Hi,
classmate.
good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, teacher and classmate.
Good evening.
Good evening, teacher and classmate.
Victor is yeah. Okay, good evening, class. It's raining very heavy.
Good evening,
Really?
Can you hear me?
Teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, class. Let me start with a speaking activity. Okay. Hi. We are going to start with this activity. This is a review of the days of the week and also daily routine. Okay. So we are going to start asking questions. Okay. One student is going to choose a question and the other student is going to answer. Okay. So please remember, we are going to do it like this, okay? We have, okay. One, you're going to choose a classmate and also choose a question, okay? For example, imagine that Jose chooses Rafael. So Jose will say, Rafael, what day of the week do you go out with friends?
Hi.
Okay, and then Rafael will answer
Hi.
like this, okay? An
Se
example.
cayó la conexión. Y
Okay,
mi
class,
celular.
are you ready?
Hi. Ready?
Okay,
Yes,
let's
teacher.
start, okay? Let's begin. Rafael, you choose a classmate and choose a question, okay?
Okay. What is your favorite day of the week?
Who, Rafael, who? The
Sorry?
classmate. Choose a classmate.
Oh, What is your favorite day? Choose a classmate.
Oh, Rafael, you have to say, for example, Carla. Carla, what is your favorite day of the week?
Elige
Okay?
un student.
Yes, choose is escoge o elige un compañero de clase. Okay?
Ya tarde.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Okay. Rafael, for example, you say,
Good evening, teacher.
Carla.
Good
Hi,
evening,
good
class.
evening. You say, Carla,
evening.
what is your favorite
Okay.
day of the week? And then Carla
Okay,
answers the
okay,
question.
Carla. Carla.
Okay.
Hi,
What is
Carla.
your Hi? What is your favorite day of the week?
My favorite day of the week is Thursday.
Thursday. Okay, Kevin.
Hi, teacher.
Okay,
Okay. The second question. Or
no, you can choose any question. Pueden ir en desorden.
okay.
Yeah.
What day of the week do you get up late? For Jose Israel.
José Israel. What day of the week do you get up late? Levantarse tarde. José Israel.
Yes.
Remember that you have to put the day of the week. Okay, here I have, for example, I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you say, I get up late on Sunday. Or I don't like Monday. I go out with my friends on Friday. Or you can say, Thursday is my favorite day at my workplace, or like that, okay? So you're going to complete with a day of the week. Tiene que completar con un día de la semana, okay?
Okay. I have out night on Friday.
Okay, Saturday. Okay, thank you. Let's continue with Clary.
Okay, espérame que no sé quiénes están. Carla, Verónica. What day of the week do you go out with friends and family?
Go out is salir.
Yeah.
I got out with my friends on my family Saturday.
Okay, on Saturday. Okay. Let's continue with Christian.
Oh, here.
Oh no, I can't hear Christian. I can't hear you. No la escucho.
Ahora sí.
Yes.
Yes. Which days of the week is very busy at your workplace? Hi. Hi. ¿Me escuchan?
Yes.
Christian.
Chris. Puta que dijeron. Están ahí.
Christian, ¿quién iba a contestar?
Ya nos perdimos, teacher.
Teacher,
Yes. Recuerden que van a escoger a un compañero de clase y luego que escojan van a escoger una pregunta y ese compañero va a contestar, ¿ok?
Ok.
ok.
Pero no escuché a quién escogió Christian.
Escoger, pero. Eh, Jorge Escobar.
Jorge. Jorge.
Sí, yes.
This is the question, Christian. Question number 4.
What
I-
day? Wait. What day on the week do you go out with friends or family?
I go out with my friends on Sunday.
Sunday. Very good. Okay.
Sunday.
Yes. Jose Alfredo.
Sergio,
Okay.
what is your favorite days of the week?
Okay. My favorite day of the week is Friday.
Oh. Okay. Victor.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
I have a problem. The Wi-Fi. Excuse me.
Oh.
I chose a classmate.
Yeah.
Hello. I chose a classmate. Or
Yes.
question.
You choose a person,
Classmate.
una persona y una pregunta.
Okay. Clara Luz.
Repeat, please.
The question is, what's the day of the week do you like? Number
No.
2.
Number 2. Okay. Monday. No, esta no, lunes.
Okay.
I am.
Gerardo.
Yes, teacher. Voy. Eduardo.
Eduardo.
Okay. I first. What day of the week do you go out with friends, family?
I got out with my friend on Saturday.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Jennifer.
I do.
Edwin Antonio, which day of the week is very busy at your workplace?
Okay. Wednesday.
Evening.
Wednesday is very busy at my workplace.
Wow, okay. Thursday is very busy. Ocupado, okay. Very good job. Okay. Okay, class. So here we have, for example, remember we have get up late is levantarse tarde. Go out es salir. Okay, salir con amigos, salir con familia. Busy, ocupado. And workplace is lugar de trabajo. Okay, don't forget. Okay, class. Now we are going to continue.
Teacher,
Yes.
the rain is heavy in Apopa City in
Oh
the
my
moment.
God. Yes. Siempre llueve a esta hora de la clase. No. Okay. I know, Rafael. It's very bad. Okay, let's continue here with the topic for today. The topic for today is, okay, the negative. Did I froze? Froze, me congelé? No? Es que si un mensaje de conexión inestable, so
No.
afraid.
Sí, sí, su conexión estaba inestable.
Yes. Okay, class. Yesterday, we were looking at the simple present affirmative. Okay, simple present affirmative. And we say that he, she, and it is considered third person. Third person is tercera persona. Third person, okay? He, she. Now, and when we are talking about the simple present, we are talking about the verbs, okay? And in affirmative, the verb changes. Changes is cambia el verbo. The verb changes for third person, for he, she, and it. Affirmative. Now, for I, you, we, and they, there is no change, okay? So that means that, it means that in affirmative, when the verb changes, we have rules, okay? And the rules are that we, yes? Carla? Carla
Repeat, please.
Yes. Okay. So, for example, class, here we have, let me put it here. So remember, class, that yesterday we were talking about the simple present. Oops. The simple present, okay? And normally we use the simple present when we want to talk about routines, about a habit, okay? Now, when we have the simple present, one characteristic of the simple present when we are talking about affirmative, okay? In affirmative, we have that the third person, okay? In the third person, the verb changes, okay? The verb changes for third person. Do you remember what is third person? What is third person, class? Is he,
He, she,
and
He,
it. He, she, and it is
she,
third
it.
person. Okay, and we have in the simple present for affirmative, in the third person, the verb changes, okay? And that means that we have rules, okay? Now, the rules, don't forget that the rules is only for third person, okay? So the rules are only for third person affirmative. For example, look at the rules, okay? These are the rules. If the verb ends in S, SH, CH, or X, you are going to add add es. If the verbs ends in consonant plus y, you are going to change the y to the letter I and add es. If the verb ends with a vowel plus y, you only put the letter s. These are the rules, okay? But the rules are only for third person, okay? Don't forget, okay? So the rules over here, the rules are only for third person, okay? Affirmative. Affirmative. Only third person affirmative, we put the rules, okay? So, for example, class, I have here, I said like, okay, for example, I said I study, okay? No change. No change because the change is only for third person. Look, only here. Then I have here, for example, you study. No change, okay? No change here. Then we have here, he, for he. Are you going to change a study for he?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, because he is what? He is third person. Look, he is third person. And I have here that the rules are only for third person affirmative. And this is affirmative, okay? So I am going to look at the rules. Okay, so como es third person, cambia. Entonces tengo que buscar cuál regla aplico. Okay, can I apply rule number 1?
No.
No, teacher.
No aplica porque no termina con estos. Can I apply rule number 2, que es con Y?
Yes.
Yes, termina con Y. Ok, entonces, ¿qué está antes de la Y? A consonant. Letter D is a consonant? Yes, entonces aplico la regla. ¿Y qué es la regla? Change the Y to the letter I. Entonces vengo, change, cambio, y para letter I, y luego dice add es, y luego pongo es, studies, okay? Then I have here she, okay? And I have here a study, because she is third person, and it is affirmative. I put the rule, okay? And the rule is erase the Y and put IES, and I put she studies, okay? Then I have here it, okay? It, study, is it is third person, so I'm going to erase and I'm going to put ES. And then we have we study. Do I change?
No, teacher.
No, because we is not third person, so no change. And then we have here they, okay, they study. Do I change it? No, because it's not third person, okay? So, in conclusion, okay, in simple present, when it is affirmative, and if it is affirmative and it is, if it is affirmative and it is third person, you have rules. Hay reglas y esas son las reglas. Y si no aplica ninguna de esas reglas, solo le ponen la S, ¿ok? ¿Ok, class? Okay. Sí que está lloviendo fuerte en otro lado. It's raining very heavy. Very heavy. Okay. So, here we have the rules. Okay, for affirmative. Okay. Can I continue?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, now we are going to continue with now we are going to continue with negative, okay? Negative. So, miren, esas son las reglas. Creo que ya les puse esto en el chat para que lo estudien, ¿ok? Las reglas, ok, ahora en negative, ok? So, for the negative, we are going to do different, okay? Necesito algo en limpio. Aquí, vamos a hacer algo, vamos a trabajar acá. Okay. In conclusion, when we are talking about topics, recuerden que cuando estamos hablando de cualquier tema de gramática en inglés, siempre va a tener estas 4 áreas. Siempre va a tener affirmative, va a tener negative, va a tener yes or no questions y va a tener WH questions. Ok, siempre va a tener estas áreas, todos los temas. Ok, si estamos hablando de verb to be, el verb to be tiene affirmative, negative, yes or no questions and WH questions. Simple present también, simple past también. The future, todo va a tener eso. Entonces, ahorita ya terminamos con affirmative. And now we continue with negative, okay? So, apart from this, remember that in the simple present, okay? In the simple present, if it is, if I am talking about affirmative, okay? One characteristic of the affirmative is that the affirmative has rules, but the rules are only for third person, okay? Only for third person, and third person is he, she, and it, okay? That, this is the simple present. We have the rules, recuerden las reglas que existen, pero esas reglas solo son para third person, he, she, and it. Si no es he, she, and it, no aplican las reglas, okay? Y las reglas solo son para ¿qué? Para affirmative, okay? Now, I continue with negative, okay? Negative is different, okay? Negative is different. Why? Because in the negative, you don't have rules, okay? In the negative, we have what we called auxiliary, okay? Auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb es como un verbo auxiliar que ayuda para formar el negativo, okay? Auxiliary verb. So, what are the auxiliary verbs? The auxiliary verbs are don't, okay? And don't, you're going to use it for I, you, oh my God, for I, you, we, and they. And the other auxiliary is doesn't, okay? Doesn't. And doesn't, you're going to use it for he, for she, and for it, okay? So, one characteristic of the negative is that the negative form of the simple present uses auxiliary. ¿Cuáles son los auxiliary? Los auxiliary son don't y doesn't. Esos son los auxiliary. Don't and doesn't. Y cuando usan don't and doesn't, miren lo que va a suceder. The verb doesn't change. There is no change, okay? Se los voy a poner de esta forma mejor. There is no change on the verb, okay? No change. No cambia el verbo, okay? Why? Porque el cambio está aquí, miren. Van a usar don't y de don't van a cambiar a doesn't con el he, she, and it. Y el verbo, ¿qué pasa con el verbo? No change, no cambia. There is no change on the verb, okay?
No
Class?
cambia.
There is no change on the verb. El verbo se queda en su forma en su base original. Yes, in the original form, okay? No cambia, no se le pone S. ¿Por qué no le ponemos S? Porque eso solo es para las reglas, para tercera persona, para affirmative. Y ahorita estamos hablando de negative. En el negative no aplican las reglas. Las reglas solo son para affirmative. En el negative, ¿qué es lo que van a aplicar? El auxiliary. Don't and doesn't. Okay, and then the verb, there is no change on the verb. Okay. For example, let's practice. Okay, I put here I study. I study. Okay, now, eso es affirmative. Si yo, ¿cuál es el verbo? What is my verb, class? My verb is study. Entonces, to make it negative, ¿qué necesito para hacerlo negativo? What do I need? I need an
Auxiliary.
El auxiliary verb.
Okay, entonces, which auxiliary? Miren, ¿cuál auxiliary necesito acá? Don't or doesn't.
I don't.
Miren, este es I. Y aquí que dice I. So I am going to use
Don't.
Okay, so I am going to say
Don't.
I don't
I
study.
don't study.
Okay, now I have here you. Okay, aquí tengo study. So, para hacerlo negative, ¿qué necesito? What do I need? Auxiliary. I need my auxiliary. Entonces, ¿cuál es el correct? Which is the correct auxiliary, class?
Don't.
I have here you. So, the correct auxiliary is don't. So, I am going to put here you don't study. Okay, then I have here he, okay. I have here, aquí necesito un auxiliary. So my subject is he. I have here he. So what is the correct? Doesn't. Okay.
Doesn't.
He doesn't study. Okay. He doesn't study. Then I go with she. Okay. She. And then she, what is the correct auxiliary for she?
Doesn't.
Doesn't. Okay, so I will say she doesn't study. And then I have here it. What is the correct auxiliary? The auxiliary for it is going to be doesn't. So I'm going to put it doesn't. Oh my God. It doesn't study. Y luego voy con I, you, he, she, we. What is the correct auxiliary for we?
Don't.
We doesn't or we don't?
We don't.
We
Don't.
don't, okay?
Don't.
We don't study. We don't, oh my God. We don't study. And then I have here
Teacher.
they. Yes? Yes, who is that?
I am question.
Yes.
And she doesn't.
Doesn't. She
Or
doesn't.
doesn't.
She doesn't. She doesn't. It's negative. Negative.
It does.
It
And
doesn't.
it don't or doesn't.
It doesn't.
Creo que se confundió. No.
¿Yo me confundí?
Don't. Okay.
No.
No, and he doesn't.
Sí, le escribí mal. Yes. He doesn't, ¿eso era o no?
La pronunciación.
Doesn't. 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 Y aquí es don't. Don't and doesn't. Okay. Don't and doesn't. Okay. And they study, class. To make it negative, para hacerlo negativo, ¿qué necesito? What do I need?
They don't.
Auxiliary,
Don't.
¿verdad? ¿Y cuál es the correct auxiliary?
Auxiliary.
Don't. Okay, what is the
Don't.
complete form, class? Si no quieren decir don't, pueden decir do not.
Don't.
O si no quieren decir doesn't, pueden decir does
That's
not.
not.
Does not.
Repeat, teacher.
Okay? So, one more time. If you want to say the complete form is do not, and the complete form is does not. The contraction, como en inglés siempre hay contractions, para hablar menos, decimos don't or doesn't, ¿ok? Yo prefiero contractions. Entonces,
Is optional?
it's optional. But I prefer contractions. I don't know why. And to be honest, the majority of the American people, they use contractions. Si pueden hablar menos, ellos hablan menos. Y si hay contractions, usan los contractions. Entonces, siempre van a escuchar que digan don't or doesn't. Es bien raro escuchar que digan do not or does not.
Teacher,
Yes?
action is bad.
Yes, mi conexión siempre me congela. Okay, my connection is bad, I'm sorry. Okay, class.
Repeat, please.
Oh, okay. No sé dónde me quedé.
Action al que se escucha.
¿Dónde me quedé? I don't remember.
En esas dos formas creo que se había quedado.
The two forms.
Sí.
Okay. So, in the two forms, I prefer contractions. Okay, if it is possible for you to use contractions, I recommend that you use the contractions, okay? Because es bien raro que usen does not y do not. So, do not lo usan, por ejemplo, cuando quieren enfatizar que no quieren que hagan algo. Por ejemplo, do not speak Spanish in my class. Entonces, como que estoy enfatizando, do not. Pero de otra forma, solo usan don't. Okay. Don't.
Okay.
So, okay, class, what did you notice? Look, over here it says, I don't study. The verb, there is no change on the verb. You don't study. Miren el verbo, no change. He doesn't study. No cambiamos el verbo, look, no change. Aunque sea he. Porque ¿qué cambiamos? El auxiliary. Okay, entonces, como en el auxiliary fue el cambio, el verbo principal no cambia. There is no change. Look, we have she. She doesn't and then study. No change. It doesn't and then study. No change. We don't study. No change. They don't study. So if you notice, class, look, we have study, study. No change. Okay. Aunque sea he or she or it, el verbo no cambia en negativo, en negative, ok, no se confundan, es en negative, ok. In negative, the verb, there is no change on the verb. In affirmative, yes. In affirmative, yes. But in negative, no. Because in negative, we need the auxiliary. Para poder hacerlo negativo, necesitamos un verbo auxiliar junto con el principal. So, entonces nuestro auxiliar cambia, ¿no? The change is reflected in the auxiliary verb, not in the main verb. The main verb is in the original form, okay?
El auxiliary verb. Teacher, I have a question. El auxiliary verb siempre es don't.
Yes, for simple present, yes. Don't and doesn't.
Okay, gracias.
Yes. In English, nosotros les decimos en English tense. como tiempos sería en español, como tenses. Tenses son tiempos. Por ejemplo, tenemos el simple present, que es el que estamos viendo ahorita, simple present. Tenemos el simple past, ¿ok? Y eso lo van a ver cuando vayan avanzando. Ok, tenemos el, pero en el simple present tenemos el future. Y cada uno de esos tiene como su desglosado. Por ejemplo, simple present tenemos present perfect, present continuous. Entonces, cada uno va a tener, por ejemplo, si necesitan auxiliar, cada uno va a tener su propio auxiliar. ¿Ok?
Okay.
Por ejemplo, en el pasado, el auxiliar sería did o didn't. Pero en el presente vamos a usar don't and does. ¿Okay? Entonces, cada tiempo tiene su propio auxiliar. No vayan a estar usando el auxiliar del pasado con el del presente. O el del present perfect, porque el present perfect usa have. Dice, I have done. Have es el auxiliary. No van a decir, I have studied. No, porque cada uno tiene su auxiliary, ¿ok?
Okay.
So, okay, class, can I erase this?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, now we are ready to continue with the previous, oh my God, here. Okay, here, look, don't and doesn't, okay? It says, we use don't or we use doesn't to make a negative sentence in the simple present tense, okay? For example, for I, you, we, and they, we use don't, okay? And look at the verb. We say, I don't go, we don't go, they don't go. Now, for he, she, and it, which is the third person, we use the auxiliary doesn't. And look at the verb. No change. No change. You say, he doesn't like. It doesn't like. She doesn't like. And look, the verb, there is no change. It says here, aquí está la explicación. The base form of the infinitive, que es como, base form es como la original. The base form of the infinitive. You use like, you use want, and you use go. Okay? And look over here, affirmative. You speak English. Negative. You don't speak English. Affirmative. He speaks English. Miren cómo es affirmative. Le tienen que poner la S. Apply the rule, ok. A la affirmative tiene sus reglas. Ok, a la affirmative le ponen S. He speaks English. Now, for negative, we use the auxiliary doesn't. He doesn't speak English. Entonces, doesn't speak, en speak, we remove the S, ¿ok? Quitamos, porque usamos doesn't, ¿ok? Here, no es correcto que digan I no live in Japan, I no live, porque ¿cuál es el auxiliary para el negativo de simple present? Don't. Entonces, ¿qué van a decir? I don't live.
I don't
No van
live.
a decir I no like pizza. No, porque ¿cuál es el auxiliary? Don't. I don't like pizza. I don't like, I don't know. I don't like soccer, okay? It's not, I don't like soccer. No, I don't like soccer, okay? So, con el has, van a poner, she has a cat. Y acá, cuando es el negativo, van a decir, she doesn't have. Aquí les ponen una X que está incorrecta. Es decir, she doesn't has. El correcto es, she doesn't have a cat. ¿Ok? Now, miren, aquí está.
She has a cat.
Is the contraction of do not. Doesn't is does not. The complete. The complete is does not. Or the complete of don't is do not. but I recommend that if it is possible, use contractions as much as possible, okay? Can I continue?
Yes.
Okay, look, I have here. I do not, or what is the other option?
I don't.
So you can say, I don't do my homework. I don't have. I don't work. I don't believe. He, she, and it, you can use does not or the contraction doesn't. Doesn't. So you can say he doesn't play, he doesn't enjoy, he doesn't sleep. Now in plural, you do not or you don't. Example, you do not study, you do not drink, or you don't drink, you don't study, okay? And look at this column. Look at the column, there is no change, no cambia, miren. No change on the verb, okay? Because the change is here. From don't, it changes to doesn't in the negative, okay? Questions?
No.
No, teacher.
A piece of
No, teacher.
Oh, simple present is easy. Okay. Now, here I have yo traigo muchas imágenes, pero casi todas tienen lo mismo, okay? So it's like, ese creo que es igual que el otro. Oh, no. Aquí está más completo porque miren, it has affirmative, negative y tener questions. Pero el question lo vamos a ver después. Okay? Ahorita solo affirmative, negative, ¿ok? Y el auxiliary don't, doesn't, the verb, no change in the verb, okay? Example, she speaks, and affirmative you put yes, and in the negative she doesn't speak, okay? Okay, guys, yesterday we finished this, okay? Ay, no, que les...
Ahí no.
Okay. Todavía sigo aquí. Acuérdense, la regla de 10 minutos, van a esperar 10 minutos.
La regla de...
10 minutes. No se vayan a ir al minuto. Ok.
Hizo...
Y mientras esperen que yo regrese, pues practice. English in English. Okay, class, let's continue. Where is the book? Here. Look, here we are. I am going to play this so that you can listen, and then we're going to practice here, okay?
Page 37, Exercise 4, Grammar Focus, Simple Present Statements.
I walk to school. I don't live far from here.
You ride your bike to school. You don't live near here.
He works near here. He doesn't work downtown.
She takes the bus to work. She doesn't drive to work.
We live with our parents. We don't live alone.
They use public transportation. They don't need a car.
Don't equals do not. Doesn't equals does not.
Okay. Do you want to listen again just to practice the pronunciation of doesn't? Do you want to listen again? ¿Quieren escuchar otra vez?
Yes.
Así escuchan la pronunciación.
Yes, all right.
Doesn't and don't. Okay.
Page 37, Exercise 4, Grammar Focus, simple present statements.
I walk to school. I don't live far from here.
You ride your bike to school. You don't live near here.
He works near here. He doesn't work downtown.
She takes the bus to work. She doesn't drive to work.
We live with our parents. We don't live alone.
They use public transportation. They don't need a car.
Don't equals do not. Doesn't equals does not.
Okay, class. Now, look over here. We have, this is affirmative, and then we have the negative. Look over here, we have I walk. Okay, there is no change. Now, the auxiliary for I is don't. And look at the verb, no change. You ride your bike to school. Because it's you, the verb, there is no change. And the auxiliary for you is don't, and the verb doesn't change. He works near here. Look, como es he. Look at the verb, the letter S.
S.
Aplican las reglas cuando sea he. Dicen he, ok, he tiene que cambiar porque es affirmative y buscan qué regla aplican, ok. And the negative for he, you're going to use doesn't, and the verb, no change in the verb, okay? Only the change is in the auxiliary. She takes, look, the letter S, because it's affirmative and it is third person. And then the negative, you use doesn't. We leave, no change, and the auxiliary, don't. They use, and the negative, don't. And the verb, whenever you use don't or doesn't, the verb doesn't change. Look, no change, no change, no change, okay? Questions?
No, teacher.
Now, if you don't have questions, it's time to work. Copy this in your notebook. Mira, es bastante. Ok. Primero, antes de eso. Verbs ending in he, she, and it. For third person, ¿recuerdan las reglas? A la mayoría solo le ponen es. Look, walk, walks, ride, rides. Pero, ¿se acuerdan de esa regla? Consonant plus Y, you put I-E-S. C-H, S-H, S, or O, you put E-S, ¿ok? Ya tienen mi presentación, mi clase, lo puse en WhatsApp. Ahí pueden estar viendo las reglas y están completando esto al mismo tiempo, ¿ok? Copy in your notebook, okay? For example, we have here. My family and I, como es I, van a poner live or lives?
Live.
Live. In the subverbs, my wife and I work or works?
Work.
Work.
I know. Okay. Complete in your notebook. Copy in your notebook.
Como ustedes.
Ahí aparece una respuesta, teacher.
¡Qué trampa! Ya, ¿y desde cuándo estaban viendo la respuesta? Ujú.
No nos habíamos fijado.
Ah, ok. Ay,
Yo no
qué-
lo he visto, ¿dónde están?
My God, esto.
Ay, no.
Hagamos como que no estaban, teacher.
Ay, ahora sí.
Solo el número 1 íbamos a hacer.
No, one and two. No, no, one and two. Okay. Are you finished, class?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Okay. Okay, class. Are you ready to check? No. This is so crazy. I'm sorry.
No problem, teacher.
Okay, let me check. Okay, let's check. For example, class, whenever we say my wife, and I, this is like, lo que pueden hacer es ubicarlo en qué subject pronoun quedaría my wife and I. Si alguien dice my wife and I, ¿sería qué? Sería we, como nosotros. We. Okay. Entonces, como es como si digan mi hermano y yo, es nosotros, nos gusta. So, my wife and I queda we. Entonces, para we, do you change the verb or no?
No change.
No. So we said we, and the correct answer is we work.
Work.
We work. We work. Okay. Then it says here, we work near here. So we walk or we wax?
Walk.
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 We walk.
Yes.
Now, our daughter, Megan. So, Megan is like if you say, Megan is like if you say that she, okay? Megan is like she. So, we said, our daughter, Megan, works. Works, because it's Megan. And we are going to say Megan works because it's she. Okay? Yes?
Yes.
Yo me confundí por ese our. Pensé
También.
como en el... Ajá, porque como estamos en el que es de posesivo, en el posesivo, we se cambia por our. Entonces yo lo tomé como we.
¿Me congelé otra vez o qué? Ay, no.
Yes.
No se escucha.
Ay, no, sí que estoy teniendo problemas. Ok, Clary, aquí como está diciendo nuestra hija, entonces nos vamos a enfocar en hija. Y hija sería she. Porque cuando es posesivo es como que yo diga my father, entonces my father sería she, aunque esté diciendo my, y aunque my sea de I. Pero,
My father.
como acuérdense que ahí solo estamos mostrando posición. Entonces, en ese caso, nos vamos a enfocar en el subject, que en este caso será father y father, he. Y acá daughter, como daughter es hija, daughter sería she. Okay? And then we have here, downtown. So she drive or drive? Okay, I'm sorry. Class, this is she. She drive or drives?
Drives.
He drives, okay. Our son, aquí también, miren, our son. Entonces, son, acá vamos, son. So aquí son sería he. Ok, he.
Son.
Que es el hijo, nuestro hijo. Hijo sería he. Okay, so our son don't or doesn't?
Doesn't.
Okay, the correct answer is our son doesn't. Okay, our son doesn't drive. He ride or rides?
Rides.
Rides. He rides his bike to school. Okay. Now, my parents, okay? My parents. Entonces, acuérdense, no le hagan caso al possessive. Le van a hacer caso al noun. En este caso, como parents es padres, so padres is going to be what?
We.
Como they.
They.
They live or lives?
Live.
They live.
Live.
No,
Live.
no es. They live or my parents live in the city. My mother, ajá, ¿qué podrían poner en my mother? ¿En qué in which subject pronoun?
She.
She, okay, she.
She.
So, my mother sería she. My mother take or takes?
Takes.
Takes.
My mother takes, okay, the subway to work. My father, entonces father will be what? What subject pronoun?
He.
Father?
He.
He, okay, he. My father es como he, so he don't or doesn't?
Doesn't.
Doesn't.
He doesn't. He doesn't work now. He also use or uses?
Uses.
Uses. He uses the public transportation. So they don't or doesn't need a car?
Don't.
They don't. They don't need a car. Okay. So this exercise is a very good combination of affirmative and negative. In the affirmative, you put the S. Look, in negative, you use don't or doesn't, okay? Don't or doesn't. You put the S for affirmative, but for the negative, you use the auxiliaries, okay? Did you get everything correct? Or the majority?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Okay, can I
Yes.
can I fix this?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Yes? Okay, let me erase it. Okay, so that we can continue. Okay. So,
Teacher,
yes,
I'm sorry. Estoy que caigo del sueño, no he dormido, tengo 42 días. Ayer vine a la casa hoy vine a la casa a las 2 de la madrugada y tuve que ir, tenía que presentarme a las 6 de nuevo. Entonces, de verdad que ahorita solo estoy tratando de hacer acto de presencia, pero perdón si me quedo ahí, es que congelado.
Rafael, you can turn off the camera.
Okay, thank you.
La cámara.
It's understood, bro.
Yes, yo puede apagar la cámara y si de verdad ya no aguanta, se queda para no perder los minutos y mañana mira el video.
Okay, perfecto. Thank you. Gracias.
Okay. You can turn off the camera, Rafael.
Okay.
Se puede ir a dormir, pero y mira el video de la clase, Miguel.
Perfecto, gracias,
Se
gracias.
queda conectado.
Sí, correcto.
Okay, class. So right now we're going to practice, okay? We're going to practice a conversation so that you can practice the simple present, okay? So the conversation is this. Look, we have here. We have the negative, like don't drive, doesn't, this is the pronunciation, doesn't stop, don't drive, and like that, okay? So let's listen, and then we practice the reading, okay?
No listen, teacher.
No, listen, teacher.
Really?
No, listen.
Es que compartir sin audio. I'm sorry, okay, again.
Page 36.
Now, yes?
Exercise 2. Conversation. They use public transportation. Listen and practice.
Nice car, Austin. Is it yours?
No, it's my sister's. She has a new job and she drives to work.
Is her job here in the suburbs?
No, it's downtown.
My parents work downtown, but they don't drive to work. They use public transportation.
The bus or the train?
The bus doesn't stop near our house, so they take the train.
Okay. Now, let's practice reading. Let's raise your Zoom hand so that we can practice this, this conversation, okay? Okay. Let me start with Victor and Carla, okay?
Okay. Nice car. Austin,
Okay.
it is yours?
No, it's my sister. She has a new job. She drives to work.
Is her job here in the suburbs?
No, it's downtown.
My parents work downtown, but they don't drive to work. They use public transportation.
The bus or the train?
The bus doesn't stop near our house, so they take the train.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Let's continue with Clary and Jennifer.
Nice car. Austin, is it yours?
No, it's my sister. She has a new job and she drives to work.
Is her job here is the suburbs?
No, it's downtown.
My parents work downtown, but they don't drive to work. They use public transportation.
The bus or the train?
The bus doesn't stop near our house, so they take the train.
Okay, very good job. Thank you. And let's continue with Eduardo and Kevin.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. My car, Austin, is yours?
No, it's my sister. She has a new job and she drives to work.
I should hope her say suburb.
No, it's downtown.
My parents work downtown, but they don't drive to work. Se usa public transportation.
The bus or the train?
The bus down near our house. So it say thank you train.
The train.
Very good job. Thank you, Maria Naves and Maria Rosales.
Okay. Nice car. You think it is yours?
No, it's my sister. She has a new job and she drives to work.
Is her job here in the suburbs?
No, it's downtown.
My parents work downtown, but they don't drive to work. They use public transport.
The bus or the train.
The bus doesn't stop near her house, so they take the train.
Okay, thank you. Class, suburbs is like suburbia. Bueno, no me acuerdo cómo se escribe suburbio. Is that correct? Is that correct? No, me estoy inventando palabras en español.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, it's correct.
Ahorita, teacher, ahorita.
Urban.
Urbano, o sería como, es que urban es urbano.
Como afuera de la
Afueras.
ciudad.
Y downtown es como el centro.
Afueras.
And then we have downtown is the center, public transportation, suburbs. Suburbios, I think it's the name, I'm not sure. Okay, class, let's continue with Jose Ramirez
Centro.
and Jorge.
Correct.
Perdón.
Jose Ramirez and Jorge.
Okay. Nice car. Austin, it's your.
No, it's my sister. She has a new job and she's driving to work.
Is her job here is suburb?
No, it's downtown.
My parents work downtown, but they don't drive to work. They use public transportation.
The bus or the train.
The bus doesn't stop near our house, so they take the train.
Okay, thank you. Next is America and Sergio.
Okay.
Austin, is your... I'm
No.
sorry.
New job, and she drives to work.
Is her job here in the Starbucks?
No, it's downtown.
My parents work downtown, but they don't drive to work. They use public transportation.
The bus or the train?
The bus doesn't stop near our house, so they take their train.
Okay, thank you. Let's continue with Edwin and Carla Escobar.
Nice car. Austin, is you?
It's a microphone, Edwin.
Thanks. No, it's my sister and she drives to work.
In the suburb?
No, it's downtown.
My parents work down, but they don't drive to work. They use public transport.
The bus or the train?
The bus does stop near the house. They take the train.
Okay, thank you. Very good job. Let's continue with Gerardo and Pedro.
Okay. I first.
Yes.
Nice car, Austin. Is it yours?
No, it's my sister. She has a new job and she drives to work.
Is her job here in the suburbs?
No, it's downtown.
My parents work downtown. But they do not drive to work. They use public transportation.
The bus or the train?
The bus doesn't stop near our house, so they take the train.
Okay, thank you. Let me check. Okay, and next will be Griselda and let me see who can read with Griselda, maybe. Christian? Christian and Griselda.
Okay. ¿Quién empieza? Okay, empieza. Nice car. Austin, is it yours?
No, it is my sister. She has a new job and she drives to work.
Is her job here in the suburbs?
No, it's downtown.
My parents work downtown, but they don't drive to work. They use public transportation.
The bus on the train?
The bus doesn't stop near our house, so they take the train.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, class. Do you have any questions about this? Because then we will continue with our class for today. Okay, this is in our yeah. Next for us is the question. Okay, are you ready for the questions? Yes, or do you think you need more practice with the negative?
No, teacher, I don't have a question.
Okay. And are you ready? ¿Están listos para seguir con cómo formar el questions con el simple present? Are you ready?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So, remember class that we have, ya vimos, okay. We already saw the affirmative, okay. We already saw the negative. The negative, remember that uses the auxiliary. Oh, the negative uses the auxiliary don't, and the other auxiliary doesn't, okay? And the affirmative has rules, okay, but the rules are only for he, she, and it, the rules, okay? Now, questions, okay? For the questions, we are going to look at yes or no questions, okay? Now, with yes or no questions, we are going to use auxiliaries, okay? We also use auxiliaries for this. And for the yes or no questions, we use the auxiliaries, okay? And the auxiliaries that we are going to use are going to be do, okay, or does. Do or does. That is the auxiliary for the question, okay? For example, here, okay? If I if I want to make a question, I can say, do you live in France? Okay, and we put the question there. Look, we use, oh, another thing is that, oh my God, here. Okay, the verb doesn't change. The verb doesn't change. It doesn't change is no cambia, no cambia. The verb, so I confunded it. The verb doesn't change, okay? So I have here do, and then look at the verb live, no change, okay? Do you live in France, okay? And if I put, for example, I put here she, okay, she. So what is the auxiliary? Oh, I'm sorry. The auxiliary for do will be I, you, we, and they, okay? And for the auxiliary does, okay, we are going to use it for he, she, and it, okay? He, she, and it. Now, for example, I have she, and I want to make a question. So what auxiliary is the correct for she? Does or do?
Does.
She does.
Does, ok. Entonces es pregunta. So, lo voy a poner al inicio porque es pregunta. Does, ok. Does she, and then, oh my God, and here I have my verb, and I say, does she live? No change, okay. Does she live in France? Okay. So, do changes to does when we are talking to the third person, and the verb, there is no change. Look, no change. So you say, do you live in France? Does she live in France? Okay. And then we have, for example, if I want to put he, what is the auxiliary for he?
Does.
Does.
Does. Okay. So we're going to put does. Does he live? Okay. And then the verb, look, the verb doesn't change, okay? Does he live in France, okay? Then we have, for example, it. What is the best auxiliary for it?
Does.
Do. Do.
Does. Does it live? Okay. Then I have,
Does.
for example, we.
Do.
Do or does?
We do.
Do.
Do we live? Okay, do we live in France? And then I have they. What is the
Do.
best auxiliary for they? Do or does?
Do.
Do.
Do, okay, so we put here do. Do they live? Okay, so here we have the questions, okay, and always we have to put question mark. Eso se llama question mark, signo de interrogación. Question mark, okay? Because it's a question and you're going to put at the beginning do or does, okay? So here, if I want to put questions, for the questions, I'm going to use do or does. Con mayúscula, porque inicia una oración, tienen que ir con mayúscula, ¿ok? Do or does. Okay, so it's do you live in France? Does she live in France? Does he? Does it? Do we? Do they? Okay, so this is how you create. So this is the conclusion. Miren, ese es el conclusion. Es como, for affirmative, hay reglas. For negative, no hay reglas. Hay auxiliary, don't and doesn't. For questions, otra vez usan el auxiliary, pero van a usar do or was, ¿ok? So, y acá tenemos affirmative, negative, and questions.
Teacher.
Yes? Yes, who has a question?
Teacher.
Yes, Victor?
The answer question is yes or not. I don't live in France. For example.
I asked directly to Victor. Victor, do you live in France? What will be the answer? You will say.
No.
First
No,
you
I
say
no.
yes or no. So you will say yes.
No.
No. Okay, Victor will say no. So, oh my God. So Victor will say no, I
don't. I don't.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Or if it is affirmative, Victor will say yes, I do.
Do.
Yes, I do. Okay? Now, if I say, does she live in France? What is the answer, class? Affirmative will be yes, she does. And the negative will be no, she
Doesn't.
doesn't. No, she doesn't. Does he live in France? Affirmative, yes. He
do.
does.
He do.
Como estamos hablando de yes, he does. Or the answer will be no, he
Does.
doesn't. Does it live? So you will say yes, it does. Okay. Or the negative, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Son muchas cosas. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Do we live? Yes, we do. Or no, we
Don't.
don't. Do they live? Yes, they do. Or no, they don't. Okay, that is the short answer.
O sea que en la respuesta también se va a usar los métodos auxiliares.
Yes, the auxiliary.
Okay.
Yes, I do, no, sir. To be more complete, porque si podrían decir yes, no. And that's it. Si yo ask, do you live in France? Yes. Do you live in France? No. But it's recommended that you provide a complete answer. Like, yes, I do, no, I don't. It's better. Es mejor que digan, yes, I do, no, I don't.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay. Do you have, can I erase this?
Yes, teacher.
One moment.
Okay.
Finish.
Okay, class, let me erase this. And now we are here. Look, for question we have, do I speak? Do we speak? Do they speak? And then for he, she, and it, you say, does he speak? Does she speak? Does it speak? So if you notice the verb, there is no change in the verb, okay? What changes is the auxiliary. You use do, and for third person, the auxiliary is does, okay? Example, you speak English. The question, do you speak English? And then he speaks German, affirmative. The question, does he speak German? Ya no es, okay? You live in Spain. Do you live in
Do you
Spain?
live in
He
Spain?
lives in Mexico. Does he live in Mexico? So the verb keeps the original form for negative and for question, okay? Okay, this is in the answer for book. Ay, siempre se me olvida poner el número de página. Pero está en el answer for book, okay? For example, does she ask for assistance? Y miren, aquí les están poniendo la respuesta. Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. Does he drive the truck on weekends? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Does Elena make the phone calls? Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. Does our company check the policies? Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. So, eso ya lo tienen en su Insta for book, okay? This is in the book. Okay, now let's continue here. We have, look over here. It says, do. Oneida Chicas and Nelly Pineda, both of them, ellas, they do, they create softwares, repair computers, install antivirus. This is in the Insta for book. This is in the Insta for book, but I don't remember the page. Okay, don't sell computer programs, don't exchange information about programs. Now, Ricardo Mata and Max Pinto do keep track of on the sales, write reports, buy new merchandise. Merchandise is mercadería. Ricardo and Max don't receive money from sales and don't decide what to buy. So you're going to read the information again to answer the questions and then we compare. For example, number one says, do Oneida and Nelly work with softwares? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so what is going to be the answer? If the answer is yes, you're going to say, yes, yes, they
No.
yes, they do, okay? And then look, number two, do Oneida and Nelly sell antivirus?
Yes. They
Here?
do.
Are you sure? Sell?
Yes, they do.
Okay, and so you put here, okay? I'm going to give you time for you to complete in your in your notebook, check the information and then complete. Okay, page 23 says, Eduardo. Page 23 of the Insta for book. Thank you, Eduardo.
Sí.
Are you finished, class?
One moment, teacher.
Okay.
No, one moment, teacher, please.
Okay.
Finish.
Finish.
Finish, please? Okay. Okay, let's check our answers. Look, number one is no, they. Okay. It says, Oneida and Nelly work in softwares. It says they create softwares. Yes, they. Okay, number two is, let me check the question. Do Oneida and Nelly sell antivirals? Okay, the answer is no, they do not, because they install. Okay, no los venden, los instalan. Okay, and then estas answers están bien raras. Okay, number three, no, they don't. Will be, do Ricardo and Max get money from the sales? Yes, it says receive money from the sales. Okay. Yes, they do. Number five, no, they don't. And number six, yes, they do. Okay. So next we have more activity over here. Let's do this one better. Mejor este. It's what time is it? Oh, I know. You can start and then maybe tomorrow we can finish. For example, look, create yes or no questions using the words in parentheses. The subject is you, okay? So, because it's you, what is the correct auxiliary? Do or
You,
then you
you
work? The work company.
To work company.
work in a company, maybe you say, do you work in a company? Okay, and then the answer will be yes. So in this one will be yes, I do. Yes, I do. If it says no, you have to put no, they don't, no, they do, no, she doesn't, and like that. Okay. You finish, class?
Yes, teacher.
Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Ah, okay. Okay, let's check our answers. Look. Do you work in a company? Yes, I do. Do they check the product? No, they don't. Do we listen to the customers? Yes, we do. Do I buy the new material? No, I don't.
No, I don't.
Do Milena and Pablo design the logo? Yes, they do.
Yes, I do.
Okay, did you get everything correct?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
Teacher, number 3, correct.
Yes. Number 3. So, yeah, because it's we. Do we listen?
Okay. I confused.
Okay. Okay, class. So we're going to stop here, okay? And because it's almost time, tomorrow we have our speaking evaluation. We are going to start at the beginning of the class. Ok, vamos a comenzar desde las 8, por si pasa algo con la electricidad, mejor que hagamos la presentación y después nos quedamos tranquilos, ¿ok?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, teacher.
Tomorrow it's going to be first the speaking evaluation and then I continue with the class, okay? So thank you and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.
Tomorrow.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Classmate and teacher.
Good night, teacher.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
See you
Bye,
tomorrow.
teacher.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, teacher.
Good night.
Good night, teacher.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.